All right, Denzel Curry gets political with your boys. J. Cole feels like a sad little orphan, and we go to school and classes in session with Mr. Gazzy Garcia. This is As We Proceed. I'm Feliciano Segundo with our brand new intro for 2019. That is Mr.
This is Chris Malin. This is the home of this is the home of violent hand gestures. Yeah, I have something completely different planned, but that's the first time I see this intro. Man, do we talk with our hands a lot?
Yeah, we do.
Holy shit.
That's our trademark. Yeah.
There you go. All right, so there you go.
All right, so what'd you think of that intro, man?
It was beautiful. It's the first time I've seen that. It's tremendous.
Great.
I mean, it captures the essence of how much we violently talk with our hands.
Absolutely.
And yell at each other.
Yeah. We have a full house today.
We do have a full show.
We're covering all four corners of hip hop.
We're back to hip hop talk today after a little departure of the world of movies last time.
We are, yeah. So our first story comes to us courtesy of Mr. Jermaine Cole.
We're opening with the Cole man.
Of course we are.
Okay.
Man. Middle Child was released back in January. Mr. Jermaine Cole released it. I believe it was supposed to be a single for Revenge of the Dreamers 3 project.
Which I read on the internet today. It's supposed to drop in April.
April?
Oh,
okay.
Boy.
Well, this is a pretty solid first single. It's been doing pretty well over the internet. Everyone's kind of seemed to like it a little bit.
That's an understatement. This is commercially, it's already his highest charting single of his career.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, so it's doing really, really well.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it was doing
Jermaine's
well.
popping.
I didn't know it was doing that well. But he released a brand new video for it yesterday, which got pretty much universal coverage on a lot of hip hop, almost every hip hop website.
I watched it this morning. It was at 4.5 million views with 24 hours after it was posted. Yeah.
See, that's the thing is like a lot of these artists now we're seeing that it's not just Drake anymore that has these huge numbers. We have Kendrick and then obviously we knew that, but now Cole, is in there.
It's pretty much any rapper with a bit of clout behind them.
Well, what I'm saying is like now we have like we're steadily growing to the part where like I feel like not artists that aren't pop, artists that aren't rock, all these other artists. Whoop, there's my phone ringing. What I was going to say is hip-hop artists have reached a level where now they're getting millions of views within the first 24 hours, which is great.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, I think Raz's been at that point for a little bit now. I mean, in terms of like sales, I mean, like hip-hop's overtaken rock music and like pop music as the #1 sales thing around. What sales thing? I mean, genre would be the right word.
Genre-wise, yeah. So J. Cole comes out with this album. You see him there. A lot of commentary being thrown around.
Oh boy, is there a lot of things he's trying to say.
I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if this is supposed to be him trying to kill. This is the only thing is like with so much symbolism going on and in metaphors and whatnot. Right. There's way too much going on. That's my only one thing.
150%. All right, so you being a fan of Jermaine Cole, you clearly heard the song far more times than I have. To be honest with you, I had not heard the song till yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I'm not kidding. I was aware of it, but I had not heard it till yesterday.
Okay.
All right, so clearly what I got from listening to the song a couple times is that this song is predominantly J. Cole basically talking about how he's stuck between two generations of rap.
It's his open letter to both the old and the new generation.
That's what I've got.
Correct. That's why he's the middle child. Shout out to all you middle children. Yeah. I know I'm one.
What's up?
You were saying?
But I'm saying like, all right, so that's the general gist of the song, correct?
Mm-hmm. That's the thesis statement.
Then what the hell does the last scene with like the clear reference to like cultural appropriation with women?
I don't know.
Like the shots of caskets have to do with the rest of the song.
I don't understand. Because
there's obviously references to where he's talking about in like the second verse where he's talking about how like black men need to stop killing each other and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then the casket thing is in the first half of the video. Mm-hmm. But regardless, so I'm like, all right, well, that doesn't really match up in terms of imagery. But then, like, what the hell? I'm like, where? And that cultural appropriation thing at the very end comes completely out of nowhere. Like, there's no reference to anything of the like in the song, right?
And that's the thing with J. Cole is like, I feel like a lot of his songs have great statements they want to make. It's just when the video comes out, it's almost like the two are completely disconnected. He did this. He's done this a few times actually. I remember with that song "Crooked Smile," which is all about like empowering women and whatnot. And then he puts out a song about decriminalizing marijuana and all that stuff, and like phony drug charges in the hood and stuff. And I'm like, that was a pretty cool statement you just made in the video, but it has nothing to do with the song at all.
J. Cole doesn't really seem like he knows what the hell he wants to do.
JOMD, I don't know if you saw the video for that, but that one is basically about like how it's a period piece. The music video is a period piece about slavery.
What?
Yeah. And it's an incredible video. Like the choreography is amazing. But the thing is, the song has nothing to do with that.
I was gonna say, GOMD is literally a song basically saying like stop, it's get off my
Stop
dick.
hating. Yeah, haters
exactly.
back off type thing. This is what we were talking about here, is the little baby hairs, which I thought was cool. You know, you got the white women appropriating, which is something that, you know, I think a lot of hip hop is definitely cracking down on that now. I mean, they always have, but now it's becoming a huge hot button topic in the culture.
But it's like, what? No, sure, okay, fair enough. I agree.
Right.
But what the fuck does that have to do with the song?
Absolutely nothing. Yeah, it was completely weird.
Also, this is a completely unrelated, a semi-unrelated observation.
okay.
I swear, I thought that was Hailey Bieber.
Oh, in the video?
I was like, is that her? And I'm like,
I don't know if she would agree to something like that. That'd be pretty
also,
ballsy.
she's only half white, so that wouldn't really make any sense.
Well, she's still white.
But she's only half white. So J. Cole's half white too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that'd be pretty
So
hypocritical.
again, well, you're discriminating against mixed race people.
Sure I am. Yeah, why not?
You know what? You're both.
I'm both.
That's how mixed race works.
Or I'm neither. How about that?
Yeah.
I mean, I am neither.
Yeah, you know exactly. We're both full bodies.
A pretty cool looking video. I'm sure all the J. Cole fans are gonna like it. I personally, it's a cool video.
I mean, it's
aesthetically pleasing. It's a good
and it's creative. I mean, in the cinematography is like it pops. Like it's well done, but it just seems it's disjointed, just like the song is. Because like, again, another thing with J. Cole saying we need to I need to respect both gender. I'm like, dude. Are you kidding me? All right, so mind you, he's trying to say like I respect everybody, and I'm in the middle. I'm like the bridge between the two. But in the middle of the video, he literally mocks, like basically says like I'm gonna kill all these rappers, like the young kids.
Yeah, but that's supposed to be tongue in cheek. I don't think he doesn't mean it is.
Is it,
dude? He has people's head on the wall.
I know.
You think I was meant to be taken seriously?
It's J. Cole, man.
What do you mean? Since when is J. Cole?
I mean, he started a beef. He had a beef with Lil Pump last year.
It wasn't a beef. That was not a beef. He sat down in an interview with him.
Yeah.
That was not a beef.
But it had the makings of a beef.
No, dude. See, this is the issue that I have with people online. They think that just because a rapper comes out and says something about mumble rap, that automatically he's dissing Lil Pump or he's dissing one specific rapper. That's not what it was, dude. J. Cole, it's just like the video. He's trying to be the big brother here. He's trying to just tell them and shed some wisdom on them. Like, hey, your career, you're going to get fucked over in your career. You might as well just tour as long as you can because you're not going to make money off of your music. That's all he was saying.
Yeah, but
I think he followed it up with the video with Lil Pump.
But I think he was saying basically like, hey, I can wrap circles around you guys.
Every rapper thinks they can wrap circles around everybody. Every rapper does that. It's basic braggadocious rap. What rapper do you know that doesn't say I can rap? I'm the best rapper
there are plenty of
alive?
people that do, but put down artists from a certain wave at the same time. I think J. Cole.
J. Cole's done that, really?
Yeah. I think he did it in this song.
No, dude. I don't think it was supposed to be.
I really do.
It's completely tongue in cheek. I
don't think J. Cole's capable of jokes.
Dude,
I really don't.
There are rappers.
He takes himself way too fucking seriously.
Look at what it said on the little head post. It was like asking for a feature. Like clearly he's just playing. J. Cole's just having a good time here. He's playing.
No,
along
see,
with
I took that as like ask for a feature. Like I'm gonna kill you.
He's not gonna
on the song.
Oh, so now J. Cole's a horrorcore rapper to you? Really? Yes. I think your criticism's going a little too far here.
No, I'm just saying like obviously I mean like literal murder, but like I took that symbolism, that imagery, as like, hey, like if like you want to invite me on your song, I'll come and then I'll murder you.
Oh my God, dude. I mean, yeah.
It's literally like that's why their fucking heads are on the mantle.
I understand that, but I don't necessarily think
that's what you do for a prize buck.
But here's the thing,
though. Lil Pump's a prize buck.
Even earlier in the song, he talks about how people were trying to make him and Drake feel like they were like arch rivals and like but the internet was just manufacturing this beef that didn't even exist. So even in that song, you have him denouncing beef. I
mean, clearly I'm not going to pretend there's not manufactured shit in this day and age.
Right. I think that's exactly what you're doing.
I don't know. I don't think J. Cole. I don't think is manufactured. I don't think this is an instance of manufacturing beef. I think J. Cole views himself as a superior to these guys, although he is doing. I mean, he is.
He has a right to feel that way.
I guess you could make the argument that obviously he talked about sitting down with Kodak Black in the song. And he just did a verse of 21 Savage's album, so clearly he doesn't.
Later on in the song, he bigs up Tekashi 6ix9ine. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
it's like,
all right.
J. Cole isn't like this guy out here just crapping on like mumble rap as a generation. He's collaborating with those artists.
I'm not saying he's going to the Eminem extent.
Exactly. Eminem, he's not Eminem. I mean, can we at least agree on that?
Yes.
He's not completely crapping.
Yeah, he didn't make a trap album and then just yell at the kids about why they're dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
Although maybe this record will be that.
And who knows? I mean, I really hope not.
The song itself, I'll say, at least he has some energy on the song. It's a lot
Really?
more. Yeah.
I completely felt like he was just like half asleep at the wheel.
I mean,
I don't think they did something with his voice. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, no, there is some vocal effects in the song. I don't think it's a great song, but I think it's a step in the right direction from his other recent output.
I'm glad you feel
his
that
recent
way.
solo output, I should say, because like I said on the last episode, I praised his guest spots.
His guest spots, yeah. But yeah, let's move on to our next story here. We have Mr. Madlib and Freddie Gibbs coming out with a brand new
They're
track.
back!
Mad Gibb is back with a flat tummy tee to sell to all you Instagram models.
What is flat tummy tea is like what kind of tea is it specifically?
Flat tummy tea is essentially, it's like a supplement, I think, to like get people to lose weight.
Yeah, no, I
don't know
that,
I don't know what the flavor is. As a matter of fact, I think we actually have a product right here. Get your original flat tummy tea right here, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to come to our studio, we'll sell it to you, and you can even
$45 a pouch.
Thank you. And if you order now, you get 50% off with an offer code. Put in the offer code proceed and get 10% off.
Yeah, it's a great deal.
But
TikTok fitness people.
Exactly.
There you go. That's for you.
Flat Tummy Tea. I think I don't know if this is like the beginning of like the next album that they're doing together.
It seems that way because they have an EP of the same name coming out later this week, which is. If it follows the release pattern of Pinata, this is what they did. They put out like 3 or 4 EPs, and then the album came out. It seems like, and Gibbs had Instagrammed or Snapchatted or something a couple weeks ago. The album was done. Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. I mean, Pinata came out like just about 5 years ago.
5 years ago, really? Yeah. It's been that long.
I believe so. It might have been 4.
Wow.
It was
2013 or something like that.
No, it was either 2014 or 2015.
Anyway, it's been a while ago.
It's been quite some time.
So I'm definitely glad to see these two back together. Especially because I was kind of felt a little bit. On the Freddie album.
Gibbs, I don't think Gibbs as a solo artist is particularly great.
Yeah.
I really don't. Well, I think he's up and down. I'll say like the Pronto EP was really good.
Yep.
I didn't listen to his last record, the Freddie self-titled.
I don't know if you heard You Only Live Twice.
You Only Live Twice was very good.
That was dope.
Pronto was very good.
But the Freddie album, I was just like...
I didn't listen to Freddie. Whatever the record with Basketball Wives on it, I fucking hate.
I don't know which one that was.
That shit sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. That was in between Pronto and You Only Live Twice.
Okay.
That shit was lame as fuck.
Yeah, but anyway, what do we think about this track right here?
It's a nice jump back into the water for them.
Right.
I don't think it's remarkable. But it's just like a nice like, hey guys, like this is where we are. Like this is some like. The one thing that surprised me, this beat is really fucking hard for Madlib. Because Madlib, even on what made Pinata to me so great, is that it was kind of like juxtaposition between like Gibbs' like hard and gangsta shit and Madlib's like soulful production.
Right, very like lush kind of keys and whatnot, and his beats aren't
and a lot of like funky bass lines and whatnot, and like horns, like sweeping horn sections and shit that you don't usually hear in a gangster rap song.
Exactly.
Like it was like the smoothest gangster rap album ever made.
Right.
And it was really fucking great. So I was very surprised to see Madlib come up like a very minimalist, which he's not. I mean, like
he's definitely not known for that.
No, definitely not known for that. Very minimalist, got a very hard edge to it. Obviously, there's a beat switch, which is not unprecedented for him. Actually, Madlib will usually put about fucking 42 beat switches in 2 minutes.
The beat switch was all right for me.
The beat switch I thought was actually very anticlimactic. That's really? Probably my biggest criticism of the song is like the first beat I think is actually really fucking good. The second one, like it's pretty much all drum. Like I almost feel like it's too minimalist because I really do because like the whatever like psychedelic like guitar line or whatever the fuck he was going for there.
Yeah.
It honestly becomes like buried behind the drums, and like it like disappears for a long time, then it comes like right back.
Well, I think that was the point. I think aesthetically he was.
I agree.
I think that's what he was trying to do.
But it just didn't really work for me.
You didn't think it
I understood what he was trying to do with it. It just I don't know, and like it just didn't really mesh because Gibbs doesn't really change his shit up. It's kind of Gibbs just kind of goes for the throat the entire fucking song. So I don't know. It didn't really. I don't know. It was too minimalist. But the song itself is. It's what I want for them. It's hard. It's nice.
It's not my favorite. Obviously, not my favorite collaboration with between the two. But I think this is a nice little like appetizer for what we're gonna get.
Absolutely. So. And I mean, Pinata because they are collaborators, not like frequent collaborators, but not like it's not like Gibbs is putting out like an album or two a year.
Right. This is
so
like
you kind of like forget. No, so I
like.
wouldn't say like to say that like, but you kind of like put it on the back burner that they even make music together. So like I was surprised and delighted when this came out. I was like, oh my God, they're back! Because like I had heard about this record's called Bandana, right?
Yeah.
So like this should have been like allegedly in the works for years.
Yeah, I remember.
And I had like kind of forgotten that it was happening.
I think they might have even like pushed it off like on purpose to kind of work on their own stuff.
Sure.
Because I remember this album was supposed to come out like immediately following Pinata.
Yeah, because I think this album first got announced like in like 2017.
Right. It's been a while.
It's been quite some time, so it was nice. It was a nice surprise to stumble upon the release of this track, but I don't think it's their best. Like, I mean, if you put this like my favorite songs off Pinata were like Harold's and Scarface and Deeper. Like, I don't think it touches that shit.
You think this is an indication of what the album's gonna sound like?
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, but then again, Pinata is relatively, it's pretty dynamic.
It is.
Like Scarface and Harold's don't sound anything alike.
No, not at all.
And Deeper's like a fucking love song essentially.
Yeah, incredibly experimental.
So I expect more, and this shit's experimental.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm hoping to get a little bit more on the industrial side. Personally,
that would be sick.
I think that'd be super dope if they had just all these like really rusty drums come in. You know, these snares.
That would be because that's Gibbs. Obviously, that's where Gibbs like lives most of the time.
Right.
Madlib, that would be a huge fucking departure for him.
Yeah.
But I think he's so goddamn talented. I think he can absolutely pull it off.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so I'm very excited for this shit. This is a nice introduction. So I think we're pretty much in agreement. This is a nice introduction, but it's not anything super exceptional.
Right, which is okay. I think.
Which is fine. I mean, because Pinata for me was like, I mean, also I'm not gonna hold this up to the fucking standard that I did Pinata. I mean, Pinata was one of my favorite goddamn records of this decade.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna regard hip hop or otherwise. So I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not gonna expect them to put out something that fucking great out of the gate.
All right.
But I'm just glad they're fucking back, and then an album will be on the horizon at some point in time.
Yeah. Let's move on to our next story. We have Denzel Curry coming in. Wow, didn't this come out of nowhere? So, if you guys are a fan of the Like a Version series on YouTube, what they do is they take all these artists, they have them come on and perform a cover.
It's an Australian radio station.
It's an Australian radio station.
Triple J.
Thank you. That's what I was blanking.
I wrote it down because I was like, there's no fucking way I'm gonna remember it.
Yeah. Some of my favorite covers I've included when Brockhampton covered Alicia Keys' Unthinkable. I thought that was incredible. And then you've also had who else? I know A$AP Rocky did.
A$AP Rocky did "Sitting on the Dock of a Bay" by Otis Redding.
Yeah, by Otis Redding.
I wasn't familiar with the series until this Denzel Curry cover. But when I watched the Denzel Curry cover initially, the first recommended video was A$AP Rocky singing "Sitting on the Dock of a Bay,"
oh
which
my God.
I was baffled.
He's so talented.
No, I didn't know Rocky could actually sing.
You didn't know?
No, and I've seen him live before, but I didn't know he could actually sing.
Yeah,
so that was a nice surprise.
Did you know this guy could do this? I mean, holy crap!
But to finish the thought of who else has done it, I know Caliuchis did it, Georgia Smith did it, Halsey just did one. So like, a bunch of people have done it. Gambino did one.
Gambino did it. Obviously, the Tamia cover, which is like blown up. Almost.
Yeah, but I think it's cool because like they bring in the artist and like they do one of their own songs with the band and then they do a cover of a song that they really admire.
So Denzel came in on Like a Version on Triple J and he did Bulls on Parade by
Rage Against the Machine. Yeah, this shit kind of blew up, man. And I actually found out about it. I shouldn't say ironically or unsurprisingly, but I found out about this through a metal news website that I visit on a regular basis.
Okay. So you already knew before I texted you.
I did, yes, but when I responded to you, I had ignored it. I was aware of it for about 5 days.
You always do that, man.
I'm horrible at listening to single songs.
That's okay.
With the exception of Flat Tummy Tea, I listened to fucking as soon as I found out about it.
Yeah.
But that was the right exception. But yeah, mostly when I just hear like one song, I'm like, I'll sit on that for a little bit.
Yeah, man,
particularly when it's a cover song, I'm like, oh, okay. And I felt like a moron for doubting it. But I will say this is how you know that the cover that people like that Curry did a good job with this because metalheads who have no fucking idea who the fuck he is are like, wow.
Yeah, a lot of metalheads are doing reaction videos to it.
No, and I gotta tell you, metalheads are they make hip hop fans look level-headed and reasonable, and. Yeah, I mean, metal fans are like some of the stingiest, like, oh, well, you're not from the scene, so fuck you.
So what'd you think of this?
It was fucking excellent.
Yeah.
It was fucking excellent.
You like how he took his verse from the Siren song off his last album?
That was a nice little touch. But I mean,
I was like, when I heard it, I was like, yo, where do I know this from? Like, this isn't a new verse. I know where it's from. And then I went back and I was like,
yeah.
Because he does that thing about Donald. He's like, Donald Trump, Donald Duck, what's the difference? And I'm like, I know that line from somewhere. And I was like, holy crap, he's doing his verse from Sirens?
Well, it's understandable. I mean, he got a guitar solo. Clearly he's not going to, was he going to stand there?
Why don't you stand there?
I mean, Denzel Curry, he's not one to stand there. I mean, look at that motherfucker.
He's raucous as shit. And the thing is, I didn't know his voice could go like that like raspy. I didn't know that. Curry. I've heard him do it, but it sounds like a different person. Like, you close your eyes for a second and listen to that, and it's like, you don't know that that's him until you open your eyes.
But he's so fucking technically gifted, and as he proved on Taboo, he can pretty much do anything you throw at him. So that doesn't exactly shock me. But like the thing with him is like, I mean, like with Rage Against the Machine, I mean, obviously they were just like some of the angriest music you ever fucking heard in your entire
90s and
life.
2000s, yeah.
So Curry,
match made in heaven.
But yeah, no, exactly. But Curry is perfect. Like I don't think there's another rapper that's more perfect for this shit. And it showed. I mean, I honestly don't, because in terms of his technical ability and the pure, palpable rage present in his fucking music.
Yeah,
he's perfect. I mean, obviously his music's not, on the whole, isn't as overtly political. I shouldn't say on the whole. It's not as overtly political as Rage Against the Machine. Rage Against the Machine, like nearly every song is politically charged. Denzel Curry, clearly not the case.
Yeah.
He's dabbled in politics, but it's not. So that's really the only thing is like obviously his music's not as political, but. Hell, I think he should be, since Rage Against the Machine obviously still makes music without Zach De La Rocha, the Prophets of Rage, Chuck D from Public Enemy does well. I think he should replace Chuck D.
And Prophets of Rage?
I really do, because Chuck D, Chuck D obviously.
A legend, yeah.
Legend.
Before everyone comes at us.
The man, I mean, he's getting up there.
Yeah.
The rage isn't there anymore.
All you're trying to say is you think Denzel would be a good successor.
I think Denzel would be a better fit. I think he has more
nice person
spriteful, I think he has more spriteful youth energy.
Oh, do you?
Youthful energy,
really?
Yeah. I think at 24 opposed to like 52.
You're not trying to go watch Prophets of Rage and see Chuck D doing wheelies on his wheelchair?
No, but Chuck D, I mean, the thing is that Chuck D, Prophets of Rage sounded better on paper than it was in his execution.
I agree. It sounded like it was a great idea. The execution
hasn't been great. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them live, but I think most people, again, metalheads were very excited. Like, oh, Chuck D makes sense, and like they're like,
yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't click the same way.
But anyway,
I think
back
of Curry.
To this, though.
I think of Curry. You put Curry in Prophets of Rage, it would be fucking amazing. Because obviously they're not like. I mean, Tom Morello has a bunch of different other projects too, so it's not like it's a full-time band. So I can see Curry. This would be a great side project for Denzel Curry.
He's not always working on albums. It seems like he's very much like he takes some time off in between every album. So this would be a nice little side project, if you ask me.
Let's go hit Tom Morello up.
I want to see him cover what's the song? What is it? Oh, How I Can Just Kill a Man, which is a cover of a cover.
It is indeed a cover of a cover.
Which would be incredible, super meta. It'd be like him covering Rage, covering Cypress Hill.
I mean, there's pretty much any Rage song that'd be like. I mean, like that. I think you could kill like literally any of them. I mean, like. God knows what he could do with Guerrilla Radio or Bomb Tracks.
Jesus. I don't know if we're ready for that.
No.
I don't know.
No, because like again, like Bullseye Parade, like I said, like it's a song I like it a lot, but it's like not near the top of my Rage songs list.
Right. This cover, you think this cover's probably better than the original?
I mean,
I think it was performed.
I think it's performed. I think it's just as good as the original.
Yeah.
If not, maybe a little.
Which you don't see with covers a lot nowadays.
No, I mean, I think it's incredibly rare for a cover to be just as good, and if it's better, then holy fuck.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
No, I will say I did one. I think one example. I've also only heard this one time. Okay. So again, if I go back and listen to it repeatedly,
I had to work early on Saturday, and it was like 5 a.m. I was like, I need something to wake me up. So
it very well could. I mean, hell, I might think it's better in time, but it's very rare. I can tell you the last time that I heard a cover, and if it was the same thing as this, like a live version where I was like, oh my god, this is better than the original, was a couple years back. Banks, Banks, the R&B singer. She did a cover of "What You Need" by The Weeknd that I thought was, nice. And I love "What You Need," but I was like, oh my fucking god. She just destroyed it.
Yeah.
And that's the last time I can think of a cover that I thought was better than the original. I mean, it happens every once in a while.
Yeah.
But it's not super common. But I mean, Curry did an absolutely fucking tremendous job with this. This I'll say the only bad thing about this, how they did our guy really fucking dirty with the.
A lot of people are saying that with the thumbnail. You're saying.
Oh, the thumbnail. I mean, again, thumbnails are not always the most flattering thing, but man, he looks like he's about 75.
Yeah.
And he's gonna pop a blood vessel in his forehead.
My man's on some bath salts with that.
No,
thumbnail,
it's horrible. Particularly if you look through the other thumbnails,
it's like all normal people.
No, exactly. Like obviously, like Georgia Smith and Halsey, who I think are both gorgeous. Like they look great, but like Gambino looks normal.
Yep.
Brockhampton, they look normal. ASAP Rocky looks normal.
Yeah, we get to Denzel Curry.
He's like,
he looks like he's about to eat the flesh off.
No, because it's not only does he look like mad, but he looks like he's about 80 years old.
He looks so old.
And this kid, he just turned 24. He looks so fucking old. It's like this is
and the way his mouth looks too. It's like, yo, what the hell?
No, and again, like his forehead in particular. I'm like, what the hell's going on, dude? Like, are you Danny Glover?
You know it's on purpose?
He looks like Danny Glover yelling at Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon. You expect him not to do Bulls on Parade. You just say, I'm too old for this shit.
He looks like Chuck D.
Yeah, exactly.
No. All right. Bring it in full circle.
Is that what Chuck D? Is that what Chuck D sang on the, like in between songs? Like, he just finished
I'm too old for this shit. Give me my preparation age, damn it.
He's like, give me a goddamn shoulder massage and a fucking cane.
Not much else to say about this. And good job, Denzel. Can't wait to see what you do next. Moving on to our last story and the album review that we've been.
This moment has been building for quite some time. Ever since August.
Now, for those of you guys who've been following us for a while, all three of you, I might be giving us a little less credit than we deserve.
Yeah,
but anyway,
man, there's at least 6 people following this religiously, so fuck yourself.
All right, Mr. Gazi Garcia has been on a bit of a trip trying to find this album that's been rumored to drop for months now.
Yeah, mid-August he sent out a search party.
Yeah, exactly. He was looking for his album.
But he couldn't find it.
Yeah, he was trying to find the good old Harvard Dropout. He found it. Somebody found it.
Well, somebody found it.
I mean, somebody
found it. I don't know who that could be.
Who could it be?
Who could it be? I think it would be. It would be. Yes.
It was us.
It was the Hip Hop Detectives.
That's what the prop was for.
Yes.
For us.
Chris Maitland and Feliciano Segundo Jr. Found these fucking album.
We didn't even need a talking dog.
We spent our weekends in South Florida.
Yeah.
Turning up every nook and cranny. In search of this album.
In between trying to find the place called Africa. We went out there and we finally found Lil Pump's debut. Well, it's his second album, right?
This is his second album.
Second album.
This is his first like technical like studio album. Lil Pump, the self-titled, was more of a mixtape.
Yeah.
So this is his first studio album released on good old Warner Brothers Records. Look at Gazi Garcia.
Oh, man,
he has a major label deal.
Look at you getting out that 360. He might still be on a 360 deal. But yeah, good for you, Gazi.
I'll say one thing before we continue.
Okay.
Our search for the place called Africa is still in progress.
Yeah,
we'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah, I didn't want you to tell anybody that.
Well, I had to. This is transparency.
Yeah, you're right.
Because while we are the sleuths of the year, we're also transparent.
Exactly.
We're men of honor.
You're right. We got to be honest with our fans.
And since we're bragging about finding our what, we have to admit that we're still in progress.
Exactly.
We're not. While we are the sleuths of the year, we're not perfect.
We might have to put on those machines that go 1,000 miles an hour or whatever the hell he said in that. I don't know what he remember. Those mechanical wings. I think he said.
GoBots.
GoBots. Yeah, GoBots.
Are we gonna hire the Autobots to maybe they can find it?
To find Kanye's next album.
No, Haley Steinfeld's actually gonna find the album.
Yeah. So as the search for Yandi goes on, we're gonna.
No. The search for the place called Africa.
Thank you.
Not Yandi.
Well, it's probably hidden, and Yandi's probably.
You're right.
Anyway, this bit's dead. Let's move on to our album review. Mr. Gazi, otherwise known as Lil Pump. I don't know why I keep calling him by his government. Lil Pump put out
because he's a human being.
All right. He put out a Harvard Dropout, and also he has a commencement speech coming up at Harvard. Do you know about that?
Yes.
Do you anything you want to say about that before we go on to the album review?
Yes, because Lil Pump, this is why I love this kid.
Okay.
Is that he just keeps trolling people and people are taking the bait. He just said...
Oh, is he not doing it?
Oh, no. This is great. You know, Complex reached out to Harvard because why not?
Yeah, why not Complex?
Yeah, you know who's giving the speech? This is great. German Chancellor Angela Merkel.
Oh, my God.
The leader of Germany, their president, the president of Germany, Angela Merkel, is actually now. See, I think they should have Lil Pump and Angela Merkel give it together.
Okay,
and they can trade ideas.
That'd be great.
They can trade ideas. You know, talk policy. Strategy. Do you think that's
what is this Trump America coming to? I don't know. It just feels like we're in the Twilight Zone. April 1st.
Well, if Lil Pump.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're actually sponsoring us. Thanks, CBS All Access.
No.
Jordan Peele. What's up?
What were we gonna say?
No.
So he's not actually doing it.
No, I think he just said that to be an asshole.
Okay.
Which I love.
See, I fell for that so hard.
Why would he give the commencement address?
I don't know, man. It feels like anything's possible nowadays.
Mind you, Harvard, which is arguably the most prestigious college, not only in the United States, the world.
Yeah.
Is gonna let a kid who brags about dropping out of school and like basically gives the FU to the education system.
Yeah.
Like literally, like
this album
is essentially
record.
This record is literally like a giant middle finger to the educational system.
Yeah, but the thing is, didn't Lil B speak at Harvard or something like that? Lil B, he spoke at someone.
I might be MIT actually.
MIT, yeah. So I mean, this isn't that far off.
Little B didn't make a song saying like "fuck school."
Yeah, you're
repeat
right.
like a bunch of songs and like literally. Well, I mean, granted, Lil Pump clearly. He is. I'm not gonna. The man is not stupid because he purposely misspelled Harvard to avoid being sued by Harvard.
I don't know if it's that far off, man. I mean, look at Tyler, the Creator, man. He said "fuck school," and now he has a song on the Grinch record. So I mean, who knows? Anything's possible.
That's true, but that was years later.
Yeah, you're right.
So
it took a little. There's that block of time.
When Lil Pump puts out his Flower Boy, then he'll be he'll get the big money.
Oh man, that's gonna be.
Can you imagine like 25-year-old Lil Pump all of a sudden becomes like a very existential artist?
My name becomes like Cyrano de Bergerac.
Yeah, he's like the Langston Hughes of his generation.
Holy crap! But let's get into this album.
I mean, look at Mr. Pump.
Yeah,
I mean, why the hell?
That's an incredible album cover.
Why would you not want him giving your commencement speech? I mean, personally, I think it should be a Cosby. I think Lil Pump should warm the crowd up, and then Angela Merkel should bring that bitch home.
Yeah. Starting with the first track here, we have. What do you want to say?
I have to say, I was going to give this a little editorial note for everybody. I know this does not matter to anyone, but I listened. Basically, the copy of this album that I purchased was out of order with the track list, which is the first time it's ever happened to me.
Does it really matter? On an album like this? Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, every song's pretty much the same thing.
That's very mean.
It's the same thing. This is like the most Fisher-Price first-grade album ever. That's not to say that it's a bad album.
That's so mean.
I'm not going to come out here and be on some like I hate mumble raps type stuff. Here's the thing.
I want to rip into this album.
No. I enjoyed this album for what it was. My only issue is that I don't know if there's much progression with what he's doing here. Like, if he really wants to evolve as an artist, like 5-10 years down the line, I don't know if he can really do it. I feel like he's kind of pigeonholed himself.
We're getting a little ahead of ourselves. I mean,
I'm not. I mean, there's really only one spot that this album goes, and that's like first grade, like Migos ripoffs. That's pretty much what this album is.
I don't think it's really a Migos ripoff. I really don't. I mean,
Are you serious?
No.
He completely rips off the Migos flow.
No.
Completely rips off the cadence.
No.
Even down to the ad-libs, dude. Are you kidding me? He sounds. This is what it sounds like.
There's no bird sounds.
No, this is what this man sounds like. He sounds like the fourth member of the Migos, like the little brother of the group that like you don't let hang around. So like you
Takeoff?
No. He looks like Takeoff's understudy. That's what he sounds like on this album. Put this back in the toy box, because I mean, even on the song "Vroom," vroom, 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 vroom.
We'll get to Vroom. Okay,
my man, like he has a little Hot Wheels.
Is an educational song.
It's essentially Hot Wheels, the song.
No, it's an educational song. It's Gazi Garcia teaches you how to teaches you about transportation.
Yeah, is he teaching?
I mean, you have
transportation.
You have
job,
young. No. I'm saying you have young nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
So like, wouldn't you want Gazi Garcia teaching them the transportation sounds?
I feel like my nieces could probably be a lot more educated watching
but
Barney than
like,
listening to a rapper talk about how to fly an airplane like at the end of the song.
I mean, personally, I found it to be very educational.
It was hilarious. I'll give you that.
Also, that song, he bizarrely sounded like Chief Keef on that song.
Yeah, sure.
But
why not?
no, but like you know, like we had those things like, or actually, when you were growing up, when you were a kid, you have those things like the wheel that would like teach you the animal sounds.
Yeah.
I think they should have that for Gazi Garcia.
I
think that should be the next merchandising thing.
Yeah,
should be transportation sounds with Gazi Garcia.
Like, the car goes.
Exactly.
That'd be dope.
Exactly. The 18-wheeler goes.
No, then you just have like a little money sign. You pull it, cha-ching, for sure.
Exactly.
That'd be dope as shit. What do you think about this album? I want to know what your take is.
Well, as I've said several times on this podcast since it started, Lil Pump is an artist that I feel like had a lot of potential. I don't think he'd really put it together. On his last record, I think had a few highs, but it was mostly kind of like This record, for what it's worth, I mean, obviously it's nothing revolutionary. Mm-hmm. It's nothing. It's kind of vapid. Yeah, it's a little bit samey here and there.
Yeah.
Generally the same vibe.
Yeah.
But it's a fun fucking record.
It's a fun record.
It's consistent in terms of
you can
quality.
Say that. Yeah, you're right.
And it's a lot more. Particularly his last record was kind of a mess in terms of like it was. And it was also low energy. Like this record is high energy.
Oh, really? I didn't hear the first album.
This
so
record
I'm
is
on what you're
predominantly high energy.
Okay.
From Pump's vocals to the production, like it's very much like in your face. Like also what I like about Lil Pump, in and out.
Oh, the song.
In terms of I'm saying like there's 16 songs on this shit. It's 40 minutes long.
Oh yeah, it's pretty short.
It
sounded like it was going on forever though.
There's only one song. The Be Like Me is the only song that's 4 minutes or longer, and it's literally like 4 minutes on the dot.
Pretty solid Lil Wayne verse, I think.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like Lil Wayne actually came to work on time and like put in a solid verse.
Lil Pump's delivery in that song is hilarious.
Yeah,
because it sounds like he's like reading a children's book.
Yeah, it does.
like Lil Pump's like leading a reading circle.
Be like me. Yeah, you're right.
And a really nice piano groove on that song too.
I like that record. I like Stripper Name with YG and 2 Chainz.
Okay. Now this song. Now, all right. So in my version of the album that I have, Stripper Name was the first song.
Oh
Which
my
in,
God.
in reality, it's the
been.
fourth to last song on the actual
That
album.
would have been a dope opener.
Oh, and it is.
Yeah.
So I think he made a mistake in terms of, I don't think Dropout should have been the opener. I think it
Yeah.
should have been Stripper Name.
Yeah.
Because Stripper Name is absolutely ridiculous. It is one of the, like, to me already, even though only hearing the song a few times, it's already like a Hall of Fame in terms of ridiculous rap songs I've ever heard.
Do you think they're going to put a music video out for it? Because that'd be incredible.
Yeah, I mean, they'd have to go to maybe King of Diamonds.
That's the only place you can go. It's in Miami, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, he talks about it in the song, so that would only make sense.
Yeah, for sure. But I like the big reveal. So it's like,
Oh, you mean for show? For show.
For show.
Okay.
I like the big reveal of the stripper name being Patricia.
Oh,
so he
yeah.
goes like I don't know the bitch, but I know his stripper name. And then so he goes like 3 times, and then he reveals the stripper name Patricia.
Yeah, which is
Like,
kind
is that like a Nana stripper? Okay,
It's such a
again,
weird name for a stripper,
I have
man.
never been to a strip club in my life.
No.
In my nearly 27 years on the planet, I have not been to a strip club.
No, but you can pretty much guess what the strippers' names
No,
are.
but, and I'm not gonna plead ignorance and say like I know that not everybody has this big like in your face stripper name like Sapphire or Jasmine or
Right.
Cinnamon or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
like all the stereotypical names. I'm sure there's a little bit of nuance here and there. However, Patricia does not seem like a stripper. Like that sounds like your grandmother's name.
It does. It sounds like a sweet old lady who like gives you
Yeah.
little candies out of her purse. I agree.
Exactly. The only
maybe that's the kind of woman he's
Patricias I can
into,
think
though.
of.
Who
the only-
knows?
like I personally had a friend in elementary school whose mom's name was Patricia.
Oh wow!
But-
Shout out to you. Maybe she's a stripper.
No, I believe she did a lot of cultural arts work at the school.
Ah,
I don't
yeah.
know what her actual profession was.
You mean
right now.
she was doing that art for the culture? is what
That's
you're trying
actually
to say.
cultural arts is code word for stripping.
But yeah, so up and down this record, I mean, the only real the song, my favorite song on here is probably Butterfly Doors.
Really? That's actually like one of the 2 songs I didn't like.
Really?
But,
I think that song was incredibly catchy from the start, man. I enjoyed
I
that
don't know,
song.
and I mean, like, I don't know.
Space cool, look like a UFO. I thought that was dope as shit.
But Butterfly Doors, I mean, I think it's like one of the few songs that's like lacking in energy. I don't know. It's like one of the few tracks where it's just kind of like, eh.
I mean, I feel like it was like that. It's that level of that pocket of flexing that a lot of rappers do, where it's like they're not like completely like what's the word I'm looking for? Like they're not like showing off everything, like trying to like make sure everybody's looking at their wrist or whatever, or showing.
Yeah.
But it does kind of feel like it's like that very like casual flexing. Casual flexing. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what that song was right there. Very casual flexing.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't know. I just think,
enjoyed it for.
I don't think
for
the
what it was.
song. I don't think it pops like a lot of these other songs do. Like I don't think because like I think it's the energy level. I think when Pump is like being very much in your face is when he's at his best. When he's just because again like Pump, and this is another thing like a whole argument against the mumble rap situation
yeah.
is like Lil Pump. Say what you want about the kid. He's not sitting there like,
No,
like he has a presence.
Right,
he has
his
an energy. Like,
personality, yeah.
correct. No, but he's rapping. Like he's actually rapping. He's not slow. Like he's delivering every song. Like he's engaged. Like he's not sitting there like limping around on the beat or like
Okay,
this.
I see what you mean.
No,
yeah.
like he's sitting there and he goes. Like he has an accelerator switch. He's hitting that gas pedal every fucking time he's on the
I
goddamn
agree.
mic.
I think that most of this album, I think most of its the merits that come from this album is based around his charisma.
Yeah.
That's what he has going for him.
And-
I think that's definitely his
And
trademark.
That's what I saw with this kid. Like I'm not gonna pretend to you like oh he's like this great rapper. Like no.
No,
But
that's
he-
not what you came for this album.
No, exactly.
for.
But I think if you're coming to this record like expecting like some kind of like deep like societal
Yo,
observations,
son.
no,
Yo,
exactly. Like
I
you're
want
gonna be
them
in for a
bars,
bad time.
son.
Like
No,
you're listening to an 18-year-old kid spit over a bunch of frantic synth lines and like wobbly bass
and imitate the Migos.
and do ad libs
Right.
and talk about how he's dyslexic and he still raps and how he wants to fuck your mom.
Pretty solid flex right there.
He very much does. He have an Oedipus complex? That's
I
another thing.
don't know.
How many times does he talk about fucking
all
somebody's mom?
the time,
He's
dude.
got your mom and his sister on the boat. He's
That's like his version of other rappers talking about how they're fucking your girlfriend.
I mean, again, he is 18.
I don't know, man. I mean,
He's been around.
I guess what we're trying to say is Lil Pump should replace anyone else in the remake of The Graduate.
Correct. I think maybe he has a Shakespearean future. That's also
agree.
what we're saying.
Yeah.
But one thing. Okay, I need to go.
Oh my God, I'm just thinking about Lil Pump dressed up as Dustin Hoffman. Sorry, I don't mean to.
It's gonna be Lil Pump in Black China in the Graduate remake.
Oh my God, that'd be insane. I'm sorry.
Tremendous. It's gonna be a masterpiece.
Well, Kim K. It'd have to be Kim Kardashian. It'd have
true.
to be Kim Kardashian. I'm sorry. He even talks about it in the song. Everybody wants to fuck Kim K.
What song is that? Like, everybody wants to fuck you. Oh no, that's
That's Be Like
Me.
Yeah, with Lil Wayne. Come on, man.
Again, I know.
Come on.
I know.
You don't be like him.
I know.
All right.
No, I see, because you cut me off in the middle of the stripper name thing.
I'm sorry about that.
So,
Go on.
Well, fuck
Go
you.
on.
I know. Because we don't have any time. We have no time to talk about the rest of the album. Okay. Now, but stripper name, that was a joke. So stripper name, YG's verse is that I need to talk about.
Yeah.
I had to pause the verse 3 separate times because I was laughing so hard.
What he's talking about, like.
Now, first off, I have, in all my years of listening to rap and watching vulgar comedy movies and just, being a man with horrible thoughts.
My man came raunchy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can tell you, in all my years of talking about ladies or listening to people talk about ladies, I have never heard someone refer to a shaved vagina as plain.
Yeah. That came
All right,
the fuck out of nowhere.
So watching, he shames hairy pussies, and then he says, I want that vagina plain?
Oh, how about later? How about the next line where he's like, yeah, that's my dick you're feeling on him back.
Well, then he says that he's against butt stuff because he doesn't like poop.
Yeah.
It's like,
YG is so weird, man.
But not only, he has a lot, I don't know, there's a lot to unpack there. Because, first of all, where did he plain? Is that have you ever heard someone refer to a shaved vagina as plain?
I've heard rappers call it a landing strip.
That's common terminology.
I've heard them call it. I haven't.
YG's an innovator, basically.
I guess, yeah, improving. He's just pushing.
And also apparently thinks that the butt is full of poop at all times.
I guess so.
So he's fecal phobic.
He don't do doo doo.
Yeah, Young Gangsta.
That was his exact word. He said, I don't do doo doo.
Yeah, his original rap name was fecal phobe.
Oh God. This is getting nasty really quick. Can we move on to another song?
I was like, the only disappointment with stripper name is 2 Chainz' verse not that great.
I didn't really care for it, but it was alright.
But 2 Chainz is usually, to me, he's usually the star of a guest verse. He's usually the most reliable. In terms of comedy, the only thing that's good is he makes ambulance sounds at the end of his verse.
That was pretty dope.
Aside from that, hopefully his rapper Go to the League has stronger bars than this.
Here's my thing: is I think that by the time you get to 2 Chainz verse, I was already ready for the song to be over. I didn't think we really needed it on that song. Maybe you could have used.
They should have ended on YG. I mean, where do you go from plain vaginas?
That's what I'm saying.
Doo-doo?
That was the climax of the record. So anyway, I got to talk about I Love It for a second. And I know we've talked about it before.
Oh, yeah.
I think that song's starting to grow on me. I don't know what it is, but by the 100th time.
You know what? I still don't like it, but
Really?
it's trending in the right direction. I had the same thought. I'm like, and this is, again, for such a dumb song, I can't believe I'm going to utter these words.
Okay.
Works better in the context of the album.
Really? It works better?
I mean, we're unlocking all sorts of nuances.
Wow. Tell me more about that.
Who would have thought I was like, fucking like a quick fuck would be better in the context of the album? I was like, Kanye is really annoying on the song.
Here's the thing is my favorite part, and this will always be my favorite part, where he's talking, the beginning of Kanye's verse where he's like, when the first time they ask you if you want sparkling still? Why do you act like you came out here drinking sparkling water before you came out here?
Sparkling water is also that's something that you and I can get right the fuck. We can leave here and get some sparkling water.
Go to the bodega, get a bottle of sparkling water. They probably have not Avion, but they'll have some.
They'll have fucking sparkling water. Again, that is not dude.
But I think it's a joke though. I don't think he necessarily.
I hope so because you and I not men of means. You and I not men of means, and we could afford sparkling water. We can get sparkling water within 5 minutes of leaving.
Why you acting like I should have opened the show like that? I should have just been like, why you acting like you were drinking sparkling before you came out here?
But kind of still the worst part of that song to me.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was a funny little thing. It's a little funny joke. I think people are getting way too seriously.
No, the song is not designed to be taken seriously. A lot of times I just don't think Kanye Shit's verse is funny. Outside of, I will give you the sparkling water, I don't think it's kind of funny.
It's times like these where I feel like hip hop is starting to forget its sense of humor. And it really bothers me. It bothers me.
I agree because
this is like the J. Cole thing earlier.
Yeah.
I feel like people don't know when things are supposed to be just a joke, and that's all.
This record again. Do you think Lil Pump is being serious on most of his albums?
Man.
Do you think he's he makes frequent references? He says he doesn't eat food because he's a drug addict.
Right. Yeah. So it's like, you think he's really
not eating food because he's on the beans, as he says.
He's on the beans.
He eats beans. He doesn't eat food.
Yeah. It's a caricature of a rapper. I mean, it's hilarious.
But he's self-aware. That's the thing. And again, that's what works. If Lil Pump was sitting here presenting this, if this was not delivered tongue-in-cheek throughout, it would be a different story.
If this was remember that comedian that dressed up as Tekashi on the Breakfast Club? I don't know what his name is.
I did not see that.
Okay. No. Well, after Tekashi 6ix9ine did that interview, there was another comedian that dressed up and he's like a doppelganger and did an interview trying to imitate Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
If this was put out by a Little Dicky, I feel like this album would have probably fell flat because Lil Dicky
agree.
clearly cannot commit to that kind of bit. I don't think he has that like you said, that level of self-awareness.
No, I don't think.
I
don't think Lil Dicky's funny.
It takes
at all.
a man who's a part of the game to pull off this kind of
No,
joke.
because he has like a complete understanding of what works in the genre.
Thank you. Right. We're beating a dead horse here, by the way. You
No,
get what we're saying.
no. I mean, I think we're talking about the album. We're explaining.
No, I'm just saying we're making the same point over and over
Sure, but
again.
this album, I don't think it's not as hollow as it appears. I don't think.
I don't really have much else to say, honestly.
I
Anything else you want to add?
got a couple more things. I mean, I think my favorite songs. I actually thought, very good song.
I don't even remember that. I don't remember the song. Sorry.
Well,
Not that it was forgettable.
Racks on Racks is a nice song. Off-White I liked a lot. And another observation I got. For Show.
Off-White. Yeah,
All right.
sorry.
All right. For Show, Offset. Zombie Adlib needs to be incorporated in more songs.
I agree.
I have not heard his solo album yet, but I'm very disappointed if there's no Zombie Adlibs on there.
Yeah, we'll ban you, Offset. We'll ban you from this show.
I don't remember
if
what
there's no
song it is,
zombie
and I have to own the. I have to make a jab at Pusha T real quick.
Yeah, what's up?
Again, remember how I said on the year-end episode that Pusha T's got weak coke bars, and I could write better coke bars than him, and he needs to knock it off. Lil Pump refers to crack as David Bowie on this record.
Okay.
So that's right. Terrence, drug dealer.
Is that
CEO,
really that clever?
more clever than? And I predict Snow Al Roker.
I mean, I think the Al Roker line works pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. But all right,
David Bowie, stronger.
Sure. I mean, he calls White Miley Cyrus later on. I mean, is that really that clever? Like that's
no, because that's been done before.
Exactly.
Migos did that. Again, you come up with your own white person.
Nah, I mean,
that's the thing. At least no. All I'm saying is don't when you're doing Snow. Al Roker is like the first. Bring in another weather person. Say like I got Snow Ginger Z.
Al Caprinolin.
Exactly.
I don't know if you remember that
Insert
guy.
your local weather person.
Yeah.
Whether it's Scott, whoever.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess I don't have really much else to say about Coke bars. I'm gonna give this album. I'm gonna give it a B.
Me too.
Really?
I'm gonna give it a
right.
B. We did it again.
agree.
I'm leaning. It could be B+ upon subsequent listens, but it's again. I'm surprised. He made something this consistent. Because I wasn't expecting Gazzy Garcia to put something after he put something as like middling as his first album.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting him to make a leap to consistency so quickly.
All right.
Now and again, you're not gonna. Again, it's not super dynamic.
No.
You have to know. You have to be very much on board for. Basically, if you heard like a Sket It or something and it was like no, not for me. Like this album is not going to change. Again, one more thing about this record. A lot of songs have been out for a while.
Like what? I Love It.
I Love It. Sket It has been out for Drug Addicts has been out for a bit. Rex on Rex came out a couple weeks ago, so Multimillionaire was been out for a bit too.
Oh, okay, but there's enough songs on here where I feel like you can go into this album and hear a lot of new material. I feel.
No, for sure. I mean, there's 16 songs, so
Yeah.
I mean, we just listened to like 5 or 6 there, so still over half of it is new.
Okay.
And again, another thing, but another positive,
What?
considering while it is kind of similar, there really isn't like a real like hardcore dud on this record.
Yeah, I guess.
That's the thing, like there isn't
Sure.
there isn't too many songs you're like, ugh. Like even Butterfly Doors and I love it. I'm not like I'm like this isn't like not great but not terrible.
But here's the thing: is though I wasn't expecting there to be a dud on this. I was just expecting like 16 different forms of the same song.
But as I said with his last record, there was a lot of duds on there. So
you know what this album is? I just thought of a perfect metaphor, and this was going to be the last thing I'm going to say, and then we'll take it out to the outro. This album is ice cream, and every song on this album is just a different flavor of ice cream. If you've had ice cream before and you like ice cream, you'll enjoy it. These are different flavors of ice cream. If you're lactose intolerant to mumble rap, maybe that's not the album to you. Not the album.
If you're a fan of conspiracy theories like mumble rap, then don't listen to this album.
Yeah, exactly.
Mumble rap is a conspiracy.
That's gonna be it for our show here. B for both of us. Make sure you let us know what you thought. Anything else you want to close on before we take it off?
Mumble rap's a conspiracy.
Yeah, there we go. Scully and
They're
Mullen.
not mumbling.
As we proceed on Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram, iTunes, and YouTube, and maybe and I already said Facebook. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much,
Yep.
and we'll talk to you soon.
More rap talk, guys.
Peace.